Everybody. Um, this is Jessica Earhart, aka the Earth Lady. I'm trying to see if I can has been removed. Um, trying to see if I can pull this up so I can see the chat in the actual video. Here's the video. Okay. Looks like it's on. So, all right. And the live chat is right there. All right. So, I can see the live chat. It looks like it might be a little bit delayed, but welcome. Today we're going to talk about 5 things that I do with shredded paper. And so, if you can say hi in the live chat, it's supposed to be working. And I'm going to show you all of the shredded paper I have. And you're going to be blown away because this is what I do. This is one whole garbage bag full of shredded paper. Now, this shredded paper has been sorted. Over there in the hole there is my shredder. I shred individual papers and we shred all of our junk mail. Now, I do separate it, so anything that is glossy usually gets recycled and thrown in the garbage, but now that we are in the process of moving, I have a ginormous hotel garbage bag, and you can see it's half full already of shredded paper. And this is all of the glossy shredded paper, or when we get junk mail in the mail and it's got that plastic on it and the glue, or all of the envelopes, they have glue on them. So I shred them and I separate them, because anything with the glue and the plastic I'll use as a cover so that I can pick the plastic out. With the stuff that is not glossy and does not have a lot of ink on it, I shred that and I use that in my plants. So we're going to go outside and I'm going to show you in my towers. I don't have any I'm using for mulch right now because I just started shredding it, and so it doesn't look like there's any coming. So, but I just started shredding all of our newspaper and everything. But I'll show you the residue. You have to stay inside, girl. So when I fill my my raised beds, what I do is, down there you can see a little bit of it, is the residue of leftover paper. Let's see if I can pull some of this up. Nope. But down there, there's a little piece flapping in the wind. If you can barely see that little piece flapping, that's shredded paper. And so I line the bottoms of all of my beds with shredded paper that blocks the holes so that the dirt doesn't fall into the bottom of the holes. Some of the holes are larger than others. You don't want to lose a lot of your soil. So I line the bottoms of every single one of these bottoms of each level of tower with shredded paper. Then I fill it. I put the seeds in, and I'm going to show you. I just seen this earlier when I came out. We have babies popping up. So this one you can't really see. It's at the tip of my finger there. That green piece there. And this one didn't have any, but if I swirl you around, hang on a minute, let me turn this. See the little babies? We have babies. And this is my lettuce. So the good thing is this thing turns around. So I always like that. I set that one up there. The other one is over there with the carrots and the bunching onions and then our herbs. But yeah, I put the soil in. I let the babies come up until they get their first set of true leaves. And then I will use the shredded paper and mulch that as well on the top. So that keeps a lot of the different little white flies or... come on, you silly thing. Alright. The white flies and spider mites and some of the aphids. It keeps all of that off of the soil and it detours them from being on the plant somewhat. So the other thing, that's two things. I shred it and I line the bottom of my plants and my towers. The second thing is I use it for ground covering when I'm like a mulch for all of my seedlings. The third thing I do with it is I feed it to my worms. The stuff that I was telling you that has no plastic and has no gloss in it. It's shredded up and I just sprinkle that on the top of the worm bed that's back there by the shredder. And I haven't checked it lately, so we're not going to talk about the worm bin. But I put it in the worm bin and I use it there for food. It's one of the things that you can feed your worms as long as it's not glossy and it doesn't have a lot of ink. So I utilize it that way as well. The fourth thing I do with it, which I'm going to go, I don't see anybody's in the chat, so I'm going to go ahead and bring you back here and open up one of these totes and show you the fourth thing, and this is why I'm saving it now. The most important thing besides using it for my crops is I got a maze to get through when I come through here right now. But the third thing or fourth thing I do is I'm going to lose you. I didn't put you on the tripod today. I'm just carrying you around. So the fourth thing I do, and this is why I'm keeping these things now, is I use it to cover, and you can see there's some plastic in here, and you can see the green paper. This is all junk, so I use this to simply pack all of my glass. This is a glass cup, and so I pack all of my glass, all of my china, all of my dishes, all of my collector's cobalt blue, all of my glass. When I get ready to move, I will pack it and shove the shredded paper into each of the cups and stuff. I wrap it real well with the shredded paper and I put good thick layers, and then I really pat it down and work it in around each of the objects. So that's the fourth one. The fifth one is, like I said, that stuff there you seen has the plastic in it. And a lot of the colored papers and the dye and ink. That is really not good for your worms. It is not good for compost, because then you're putting all of that. It's going to leach into your compost, and that kind of defeats the purpose of compost, you know. So the fifth thing I do, and this is what probably one of the most common, is I use it for fire paper. I'll shove a bunch of that shredded paper into a toilet paper roll or a paper towel roll, and then I use that for fire logs, and that's how you start your bonfire. You put your little shredded paper rolls in there, put your kindling on top of that, and then your firewood. You light the little pieces of paper, it lights, starts a fire, catches good, and there you go. So those are the 5 different things that I do with shredded paper. I'm going to stick you here so I can put this box back up here where it belongs. Because as you can see, we are getting ready to move all of these. I'm putting all of my essential oils, which you got a glance of there. I'm putting all of my essential oils down there, all the bottom ones. Those are mostly empty. But I'll put them back in the tubes when we get ready to move. And then all the tubes will go into a box and be labeled. And then we will be moving. So, yeah, that is exactly what I do with my shredded paper. I don't believe that you should throw things away if you don't have to. If you can reuse them or repurpose them. I just listed off 5 things that I repurpose my shredded paper for. Shredded paper can be anything from junk mail or newspaper. At one time I had a whole bunch of really old, out-of-date phone books. That tells you how old I am. But I had some outdated phone books. So I shredded those, which is amazing because the phone book paper is different from computer paper. And so phone book paper is really fuzzy and fluffy. And so I used that, and it was amazing when it came to working with the whole packing my glass. It's a lot fuzzier and fluffier and really worked well. So that's what I got for you today. I'm trying to get some more different videos booked and planned and scheduled so you guys can hop on and see what I'm sharing and when and everything. I'm very sporadic right now. We're getting ready to, well, we're preparing to prepare to move. So that's what we've got going on so far. So I hope this was useful for you. Please think about recycling, repurposing, and reusing. We do a lot of that around here. They say I'm a pack rat, and I say, no, I just don't want to throw anything away and contribute to the landfill. So instead of me contributing to the landfill, I repurpose things or I reuse them. So that's what I got anyways. Thank you for watching. Many blessings to you all. Remember, you are someone. You do matter. I love you. And stay tuned. Make sure that you like and subscribe. So hit the little bell so you get all the notifications when I go live and when I'm going to do more lives. And that's pretty much all I got for you today. So make sure that you're plugged in so you don't miss anything. I'm getting ready to do I got a list here on a couple of post-it notes that I found going through a box. So I'm getting ready to do a couple different videos. I haven't really figured out the whole podcast thing or vlog. So if you are familiar with how to work that or where to do that, please leave comments below and let me know, so that way I can try and keep this channel to all of the Earth Lady growing things. Otherwise I will have to, I'm thinking I'm probably just going to set a date and time, and we'll start doing self videos as well, and lives about self-esteem and some of the other things that I also do besides just growing things. So with that, I'll cut this short. Thank you for tuning in. Remember, you are someone. You do matter. I love you, and I'll see you on the next video. Ciao now.